So what's good, YouTube family? This your guy, DJ Blessone, the best one. So we got breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently, the quarterback, Nico Iamaleava, I am not available. That's what we're going to call him today. Nico I am not available has decided to not only hold out from Tennessee, but leave Tennessee after his coach basically said good riddance. So if you guys don't know what's brewing in sports today, we got a lot of situations, and one with Nico I'm not available. He decided he wanted more money for contract disputes that's been going on. As you guys don't know, Nico has hit the mark of knowing what his worth is, and his worth is really not worth a damn to the coaches at Tennessee. So what's going on is he decided that his contract per $2 million per year or whatever was not worthy enough of him and what his expectation is, because there's quarterbacks like Duke's quarterback Mensa who's getting paid more than him to transfer to Duke from Tulane. But I want to tell Nico this. I personally think that the Duke transfer Mensa, he outplayed you at Tulane. We'll get into that a little bit, but if you've seen what he did against teams like Kansas State, etc., from Tulane, he outplayed you, therefore he got more money. But this didn't sit good with Nico. So Nico then, after deciding to leave town and not coming back, a lot of backlash just stormed. It just got nasty, man. Y'all smash the like button. Let's get started with this and let me know what you guys think so far about this. So looking at Nico and understanding that he's leaving the situation how it is, let's look at his payments before we go to his coach's response, his fan base response, and his teammates' response. Oh, yes, boy, did the teammates responded. Now, looking at over here, you can see that Nico breakdown of his contract was supposed to be an NIL deal reportedly and potentially worth over $8 million. The breakdown was supposed to be $2 million a year. Now, Nico got in a situation with this. Even coaches almost got in trouble, such as Josh Heupel, because of how they got Nico and when this amount was presented to him. But with Nico, I'm not available. He wants $2 more extra million added to that. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. What did he do to even get this? Was he worth it? Is he in general worth it? I'm here to tell you guys, I'll let you guys be the one to decide that, because I personally don't think Nico with a 10-3 record should have been a guy that gets to leave the way he leave. And before we show any clips, let's go to more stats about this, because I'm burning and yearning to understand why players are holding out and you're already being accommodated and being well taken care of. So looking at this young man's stats, it's not bad. He had a 70.5 QBR, 36 in the nation. That doesn't seem like he should get a $2 million increase. He had a 19 passing touchdowns, ranked 42nd. His completion rating was 63.8%. Yes, I'm petty, y'all. I had to look at all this. And then he averaged 201 yards per game. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how on earth can that basically leads to a player to hold out. But this is the world we're in now. We're in the world of NIL deals where players and coaches are now dealing with each other not as amateurs or students or whatever, more as a professional. It's not even an amateur or student anymore, regardless of one you want to pick. It's more of a professional standpoint. So we have to treat Nico like the professional he wants to be. And being that he wanted to be a professional, he started trying to flourish and going to other universities. So Dan Lanning of Oregon said, hell no, we don't want this guy. That's not what we do in college football. And as much as Dan Lanning been talking crap about Colorado and Dion, we don't play for clicks and views. I love this respond by Dan, because this is showing you a coach that's going to stand on business when it comes to players thinking they can insert their authority over traditional values. Now, you're probably thinking, bless their players, they decide to do this, but it didn't sit well with the fan base. The fan base wasn't going for it. Already during the spring game, people got the B word, and it was a lot more than that going on. You got fans who was burning his jersey. Unbelievable. And if that's not bad, you thinking things couldn't get any worse. His own teammates in his locker room, they sabotaged his locker basically and confiscated everything in his locker. Oh, you don't believe me?
Nigga suck anyways. Clean that nigga shit out. He out of this bitch. Nigga suck anyways.
Yes, his own teammates are showing what kind of guy he is. And if that wasn't enough, let's listen to the response by the head coach, Josh Heupel, who was a great, phenomenal quarterback at Oklahoma. I, for much, liked him. I think he even played for my Miami Dolphins for a season or so, but you guys can correct me in the comment sections. I welcome that. But let's listen to Josh respond into his feelings towards Nico. I'm not available.
With Nico, I want to thank him for everything that he's done since he's gotten here. That's as a recruit to who he was as a player and how he competed inside of the building. And so a great appreciation for that side of it. Obviously, we're moving forward as a program without him. I said it to the guys today. There's no one that's bigger than the power T, and that includes me. And they hear me say that a lot inside of that team room. This program has been around for a long time with a lot of great coaches, a lot of great players that came before that laid the cornerstone pieces, the legacy, the tradition that is Tennessee football. It's going to be around a long time after I'm done and after they're gone. And that's what's special about being here is that there is a legacy and a tradition that is so rich and a logo that's recognized not just across the nation but across.
Nico gets interest in the last 72 hours, and when and why did you make the decision to move on?
Yeah, we had Wednesday was a practice day. Thursday our players were off, and Friday was the first time that we were back in the building as a team. And that was just kind of the structure of the week in the lead up to the spring game, giving those guys a day off. I'm not going to get into the details of everything and the timing of that. That's just in fairness to both parties. But at the end of the day, he's moving on. We're moving on too, and we'll be ready to roll and get to next fall.
I love his response. You guys hear what I'm saying? This is a coach. This is a leader. He's been proven. Even when he was at UCF, Josh gets the job done. And when you're a coach with a remarkable resume as Josh Heupel, Coach Heupel doesn't need a said-so player who's egotistic and he has his father. We'll get into that before I go on my rant. You guys know my legendary rants. I'll reserve that for the end because he wasn't done. When it was asked to Josh Heupel, when did you know Nico not available was leaving your team? This is what he actually said.
Without getting into those details, when was it apparent to you that you would be moving forward?
Friday morning, when he's a no-show, you come off the practice field and there's no communication.
That's right.
Simple as that. You're a no-show. You're the leader of a team. You're 21 years old, headed into your junior year. My bad. Let me be cliche. Your red shirt sophomore year, but it is what it is, man. He's a junior, man. And you pick to do this type of activity in front of your teammates. Now, what makes him kind of fake, and we have a right to call him out. A lot of people defended him. I'll get to that. A lot of brothers were defending Nico, but I remembered he walked out with Morgan Wallen and also the great Peyton Manning and several other people, and he promised to lead this team to a championship. Remember this? Look at this walk he was doing here. We fell into it. We fell in love with Nico, the leader, the born ready. It's more than the $8 million contract he got, which at the time was the highest. So now he's seeing other guys getting this dividends. He wants some of his. But what's going on is there are a couple of brothers who are out here who wants to make it so that they defend these type of players by all means. And guys like, Miami coach said, hell no.
We're not going to do that at Miami. And I say that without any hesitation. If anyone's thinking that, and they could be the best player in the world, if they want to play holdout, they might as well play get out. We don't want to do that. We don't want Miami to become that. Too many guys have sweated, bled, have laid it on the line on that field to ever become that kind of a program. Thinking that.
I love what Mario Cristobal said. too many guys have blood, sweat, and tears. I still remember Ed Reed for the Miami Hurricanes. When they went in the locker room, they already were leading their opponents, but Ed Reed didn't like the way his team was playing. He didn't care if they were having a lead by 3 points or more. He said, I'm hurt, man. Don't ask me how I'm feeling. I'm hurt. That's the passion you don't see in football anymore. So when I'm looking at guys like, Emmanuel Aiko, Ryan Clark, and Robert Griffin defend this guy?
Shows you leadership. Tennessee head coach Josh Heupel informing the team that they are parting ways, dismissing whatever it is. Quarterback Nico Iamaleava is one of the situations that shows you leadership matters. Everybody's going to say that the NIL and the transfer portal era is ruining college football. It's not ruining college football. But what it is distorting the good feeling people used to have around it, because the former president of the NCAA, Mark Emmert, and the NCAA wouldn't do what was right. More than what Tennessee is giving them, then you're out your mind. And so now,
we're not going to look at that whole ranting from Ryan Clark because he doesn't know what he wants to say. It's easy to blame Mark Emmert, and I don't blame people for blaming Mark Emmert. But when is accountability going to be placed upon these players? How are we making all these excuses for I'm not available, Mr. Nico, when he is a grown man who made this decision? Now let's go to Robert Griffin, who said similar traits and blamed others instead of the actual player, Nico, who's making over $8 million.
I can understand. But let's get to the situation with Nico Iamaleava at Tennessee. Apparently, all the details are still coming in, but Nico and Tennessee couldn't agree on whatever his coaches leave teams and go coach somewhere else after they said that they weren't going to leave. Yeah, we've seen that. Have we seen coaches have meetings with criticize Nico Iamaleava for leaving at this part of the offseason? That all makes sense. But what doesn't make sense to me is people calling for there to be buyouts for college student athletes if they decide to transfer from one school to the next.
Robert, there should be buyouts. These players say they want to get paid, but college football is not about the Cinderella slippers. If you want to get paid, then we need to have stipulations, stipulations to protect the university, the institution, and the foundation of college football in general. Okay, get your money. Get how much you want. But if you leave the way Nico left, I need buyouts, bro. Buyout clauses and whatever, so you can owe that money back to us. I don't care if a coach leave or not. You can't keep moving the goalposts. First you said coach gets to leave, so they gave you guys the transfer portals. Then you said coach gets to get paid and all that. Then you got your money. Now you don't even want to show up to work. Like, make it make sense. So Emmanuel Aiko, one, not to cry me a river. He got more bigger problems at Fox Sports with joy to the world. Don't let that go over your head. But he had this to say.
Hey, where we are in the state of college football. We got to address this Nico Iamaleava situation. Now, first off, who the heck am I? Because in this day and age, it's all about the messenger. I am the foremost lover of college football. Played at the University of Texas. Played in a national championship game. Third-team All-American. And now cover college football for 12 hours every Saturday during football season on Fox. But it's not about me.
What an ego. Look at this man's ego.
In trying to continually take advantage of the college athlete, now we are in this situation where the college athlete has to overcorrect. That's the first thing. Second,
I'm done with it. I'm not about to listen to his whole rant. So it's now the athlete is the victim after holding out and the team doesn't want to give you more money. I mean, how much more money you want after the team gave you $8 million? That's what you negotiated. So what if these other players who are getting paid more because they negotiated their contract? Easier said than done. You don't then get to go hold out. And well, if you want to hold out, we get to do a buyout clause. So I agree with the buyout part of this. And it's just a lot of things that enamored into this college atmosphere. Like, there's no more passion. I do agree NIL has ruined the passion for what's going on here. I do think college should share some of the profits they have because they get so much TV deals or whatnot, merchandise, the stadium, whatever revenues of tickets. I think the players should get a percentage of that. But when players decide this route where other people get to come in and give you money, I think both people should pay the players. outside sources and the college, because this is America, right? This is a capitalist country. But here's the problem. These players basically want everything delivered to them without the actual work ethic anymore. So, yes, do it like business. Go get your money, negotiate your contracts, but don't ever forget you're a football player. And there is a difference between NFL player and college players. Forget about the political realms of things. What about the traditional values, how college football was always by far better than anything the NFL product could put out there. And now we get to see it dwindling down to this Nico, I'm not available. Some people don't like what I'm saying right now because it's not your average stitch that these people stick to their consumers. No, when you're looking at the Georgia quarterback situation, Beck, who left, he left for a team that was in need of a quarterback after Cam Ward is leaving for the 2025 NFL draft, and he will be the #1 quarterback chosen by the Tennessee Titans. It made sense for Mario and the Miami staff and faculty and presidents to get as a collective and realize, even though Beck is not this greatest quarterback, but he's somewhat efficient enough to handle what's going to be expected of Miami Hurricanes. I mean, he's coming from the SEC. Yes, Nico is in the SEC, but should I show his stats again? I mean, looking at Nico, no wonder they did an AI clip of him saying this.
Sell cologne and mixtape. I look like I sell cologne and mixtapes outside of a gas station. I don't know if you saw that Ohio State game last year, but I was definitely like the 37th best player on the field. So, yeah, I deserve $4 million a year. I don't know why anyone's surprised that I'm going to leave Tennessee. My name is literally, I am leaving. I'll just say to Tennessee, good luck finding a guy to hand the ball off 40 times a game and overthrow wide open receivers for less than $4 million a year. We don't grow on trees. We knew this day would come. I'm the first ever college football holdout. Everyone probably thought it would be.
First college football holdout ever. And that was an AI clip, by the way. I made sure to emphasize that just to show you how much visceral the fan base has gotten on Nico. I personally think this play right here against Ohio State, his last memory as a volunteer, was what really made him want to get more money. He's not a big stature quarterback. The hits he kept taking, he probably looked down on the Tennessee offensive lineman and thought to himself, I'm better than this. Therefore, I need more money. Now, here's the truth, guys. His father is who I blame the most. He seems egotistic himself, comparing him to Tua, all this Hawaiian X, Y, and Z, which that has nothing to do with it, where you're from, ethnicity. It has everything to do with character. And clearly the character is not something many coaches want. A lot of these coaches have emphatically said, we're not taking this guy. We're staying far away from him. You guys let me know in the comment sections. What do you guys think of this, man? Look, I've said enough. Let me know how you guys feel about this. I'm in agreement with Tennessee as a whole. We can't have a trend of this at all. College already looks weird. I'm not even into March Madness anymore. I barely even watch the NBA and NFL these days, and I'm a staunch supporter of any sports, even NHL, MLB. I've been watching the New York Yankees going crazy since they changed their bats and made the little situation got bigger and better. We're getting the long balls in baseball again, and I'm loving it. So everything is going great except for the world of college, and it's just different, man. Bring the traditional values back. I'm DJ Blessone, the best one. Love your family. Love your kids. Stay blessed, guys. Peace.